But do you see an opportunity for new nuclear in the state of Illinois, whether it's a small modular reactor, or advanced reactor? Do you see an opportunity there?
So we are talking about SMRs, obviously, the advanced nuclear that we hope to see in the future. And as Donnie said, we have an incredible, highly trained, highly skilled workforce that will be will be able to move from one to the next very easily. I think for us that, yes, we're talking about it. We hope to see it at the federal level. It's not there yet. Obviously, this technology, it may take tax credits or some kind of credits to get the SMRs and advanced nuclear up and going. But the conversation needs to center, in my opinion, around a couple of things. We've talked today about making sure that we reduce our carbon footprint, which is incredibly important. That's an attribute in our energy portfolio that states are moving to, but it's costly. We also talk about putting an energy portfolio together in a manner that we can afford, right? Because we have high energy users that can't have their rates tripling over the next 3 years. So that's incredibly important. But two of those four pillars I just talked about are reliability and resiliency. And that's what we need to focus on when we talk about energy going forward. Reliability, power that is generated 24/7. So we have that with the nuclear power plants. Resiliency, power that is available on the coldest of cold days during polar vortex, or during the middle of July when we have 2 weeks of over 100-degree days. We need that power available. Those attributes are important. We need to invest in those attributes. That's nuclear. So when I talk to my colleagues about how do we move forward, what does our energy portfolio look like? Of course, the bill that we passed in Illinois does include renewable, a very aggressive, progressive component for renewables in the state of Illinois. I would say the highest percentage of any state in the country, but batteries have not been developed yet for storage. Even if they are, it's just not going to fit. We still need base load capacity, reliability, and resiliency. That's nuclear. Those are the conversations that we have as we move forward. And my colleagues are starting to understand that, because reliability and resiliency means nothing until you have a brownout.
Right.
And that's our concern. And people are starting to understand it because they're visually seeing it in the brownouts in California or the same problems that we had in Texas.
I was going to ask, did the problems in Texas of last year really, did that have an impact? Did you see that as having an impact on policymakers at the state level?
There's no question that what was going on in Texas left an impression about how complicated our energy portfolios, our energy RTOs, or whatever each state has, are important. They're fragile and they're susceptible to the elements of weather, right? So when we were talking about base load, now they had a visual of what that looks like if they do not have significant power available when they have these extreme weather changes.